Mga higala, kumusta? Napunta ni ato ang tulumanon, panglantaw sa kagabion. Ato lang ipahibalo mga higala nga kini inyong alagad, Jeremias Labaho Tubigon, dili makapahigayon o sa atong programa sugod ugma hangtod sa pizza 19 or 20, no? Kay naami na ako'y lakaw, muadtuay ko sa Manila. Kaya na ako importante kayong lakwon. So, pasensya na mga igsoon, dili sa tama ka pahigayon sa atong program panglantaw sa kagabion. Sugod ugma hangtod sa Pizza 20. Karong gabion na atong hisgutan kining gitawag og Darvo, no? Darvo. Unsa may meaning aning Darvo? D-A-R-V-O. So, Darvo, when truth is attacked and accountability is reversed. Mao na nga to ang topic karon this evening, pero sa dili pa nato sugdan ato sang i-shout out kini ato ang mga likers ug nag-heart sa ato ang program. Lilian Martinez Tubigon mo ni yun kanunay nag-like ni siya. Narabi ni siya diri nagpuyo sa kuan kaning suok, no, diri sa ako ang balay. So, si Ate Maribel Alico Saison, Miriam de la Serna, Ricla de la Serna, Ate Jocelyn Valdez, principal ni diha sa Balungating National High School de sa Gipos. At ato pong kaubang teacher, Estrella Paler Bacar, si Pastor Yong Monleon Makigangay Jr., Arturo Tubigon Jr., o si Willie Dahiro. Daghang kayong salamat sa inyong tanaw, pagpaminaw, o pag-support ani atong program matagabi panglantaw sa kagabion. Tonight, allow me to speak slowly and deliberately because the topic before us is not a slogan, not a buzzword, and not a trend. It is a pattern, a behavior, a dangerous psychological and social maneuver that quietly reshapes public perception while hollowing out truth. The term is DARVO, DARVO, means deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. That is DARVO. This is not theory poured out of thin air. This is something we see in families, in workplaces, in schools, in churches, and yes, across society. And if we do not name it, understand it, and confront it with wisdom, it will continue to confuse the innocent and empower the guilty. Let us begin with the first letter D, deny. Denial is the first instinct when accountability knocks. Instead of facing facts, the response is a flat refusal. It did not happen. There is no evidence. You are imagining things. Denial does not seek clarity. It seeks escape. Una gyud ang pamakat aron malikayan ang responsibilidad. The Bible has long warned us about this posture. Proverbs chapter 28 verse 13 says, "Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy." Denial may protect pride, but it suffocates truth. When denial becomes habitual, truth becomes negotiable. And when truth becomes negotiable, justice becomes optional. Now we move to the second letter. Letter A, attack. When denial no longer holds, the strategy shifts. The focus is no longer the issue, but the person raising it. The question is not answered. The character of that questioner is destroyed. You are biased. You are stupid. You have an agenda. You are part of the problem. Sa ato pa, kung dili ka mapildi o dili ka makapildi sa argumento, dunggabang ang tao. This is one of the oldest tricks in human history. Instead of responding with substance, respond with insult. Instead of correcting the issue, discredit the messenger. Jesus himself experienced this. When he spoke truth, he was not debated fairly. He was mocked, accused, and attacked. Matthew chapter 11 verse 19 tells us how he was labeled and ridiculed instead of heard. Attack creates fear. Fear silences others. And when people are afraid to speak, wrongdoing groans in the dark. Then comes the most dangerous move. Letter R, reverse, or letter R, letter V, and letter O. Reverse, victim, and offender. This is where reality is flipped. The one being questioned suddenly becomes the victim. The one asking for truth becomes the villain. Accountability is reframed as persecution. Why are you attacking me? I am the real victim here. I am being oppressed for speaking my truth. Ang nakasala maupay masuko, ug ang nangutana pa ang basulon. Isaiah chapter 5 verse 21 warned us clearly. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness. This is the heart of Darvo. Confusion so deep that people no longer know who to believe. So they stop believing anyone. And when truth collapses into confusion, power fills the vacuum. Now let us pause and reflect. Darvo is effective not because it is true, but because it is emotionally loud. It overwhelms facts with noise. It replaces evidence with outrage. It trains people to react instead of reflect. This is why discernment is crucial in our time. 1 John chapter 4 verse 1 reminds us, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. Testing is not hatred. Questioning is not rebellion. Seeking clarity is not disrespect. It is responsibility. Daghan kayo karon ang maikog mangutana kay basin tawgon og kontra or kontra. But silence does not protect truth. It only protects deception. Let me be clear and balanced. Not every denial is Darvo. Not every defense is manipulation. There is a rightful place for explanation, clarification, and even self-defense. But the line is crossed when denial refuses evidence, when attack replaces dialogue, and when the offender crowns himself the victim. That is when the pattern emerges. Now let us connect this to our broader context as a people. We are living in a season where emotions move faster than facts, where narratives spread quicker than verification, where loyalty is often mistaken for righteousness. And in such a climate, Darvo thrives. When systems are questioned, emotions flare. When accountability is demanded, identities feel threatened. And instead of sober discussion, we get outrage. Instead of transparency, we get theatrics. But Scripture reminds us in Micah chapter 6 verse 8, what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Justice requires truth. Mercy requires humility. Humility requires the courage to admit. Darvo rejects all three. It rejects justice by denying truth. It rejects mercy by attacking others. It rejects humility by reversing rules. So what do we do as ordinary citizens? Educators, parents, and believers. First, we slow down. Proverbs chapter 19 verse 2 says, desire without knowledge is not good. However, much more will hasty faith miss the way. Do not react immediately. Listen. Verify. Think. Second, we separate facts from feelings. Feelings are real, but they are not always right. Truth does not need shouting to be true. Third, we refuse to participate in character assassination. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 29 reminds us to speak words that build, not destroy. Even in disagreement, dignity matters. Fourth, we anchor ourselves in truth, not camps. Galatians chapter 1 verse 10 reminds us that pleasing people and serving truth are often in conflict. Choose truth. Pilion yun nato ang kamaturan. And finally, we trust that truth, though delayed, is not defeated. Proverbs chapter 24 verse 16 tells us that the righteous may fall 7 times, but rise again. Truth may be buried, attacked, and mocked, but it rises. Sa katapusan, my friends, Darvo only works when people stop thinking and start reacting. It collapses when citizens remain calm, grounded, and discerning. We are not called to be loud. We are not called to be cruel. We are not called to be blind followers. We are called to be wise, fair, and truthful. O kung magpabilin ta ana nga baruganan, bisan padaghan ang kasaba, bisan padaghan ang pagpanikas, ang kamatuoran magpabilin ug ang kamatuoran mugawas gayon. Mo na gitawag sa binisaya pa, walay aso nga makumkum. Kini inyong igsoon higala ug galagad Jeremias Labaho Tubigon sa makausapam ingon nga sa atong pagpangandoy ug matarong nga katilingban, ang kamatuoran gayud ang atong suga. Ug sa kangit-ngit sa kasaysayan, ang tinud-anay nga pamunuan ang labing hayag nga paglaom. Kini ang panglantaw sa kagabhion, diin ang kahayag nagadanag bisan pa sa kangit-ngit. Daghang salamat kaninyong tanan ug ang Dios magapanalangin ug magapanalangin ug magapanalangin kanatong tanan. Maayong gabi. Shout out Jean Samoranos. Hi ma'am.